Trust the process.
Is that new?
That's way too hot to drink right now. No, it was gifted to me for my birthday last year.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've had it
but
for a
I
bit
like
then.
it. I like it.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, it says it on both sides. Trust the process. Trust the process.
It says trust in the process, actually.
Oh shit, it does.
Actually.
Actually, that's so funny because is it backwards to you too?
No, wait, put it up. No, I can read it fully.
Oh, okay. It's backwards to
It
me
must.
on screen.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see it.
Yeah.
You're flipped.
Okay. Maybe that's why you were better able to read it.
Yeah, I could see it like fully. Maybe with it right in front of your face, you could have maybe better read it too, but
Because it is on both sides, so.
that's just me.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
So, you and I both went to some pretty fun concerts this past weekend.
And yeah. I feel like you gotta tell the twofer.
The twofer. Yeah. So, a week ago, what's today? A week and a half ago, I went to see Ella Mai in Milwaukee. She released her album, and you know what? I want to, on the record, I want to say that I apologize. I had said to you that Ella Mai and J. Cole's album came out March 6th. I was wrong. It was February 6th. So
that's what I thought.
I know.
It felt earlier. Okay.
I clocked it. I realized it like a week and a half ago. I was like, I got to tell this to Connor. Anyways, her album came out February 6th, and I loved it so much that I was so curious if she was going to go on a tour for it. I hadn't seen her announce any sort of dates. Even after a month or so, there were no tour announcements, but I did see that she was doing a one-off show in Milwaukee, and so I jumped on those tickets. I bought the tickets in Milwaukee. It just so happened that that was Summerfest. She ended up later announcing her tour for the album maybe a month afterward. And I was slightly disappointed because I was like, oh no, am I going to be seeing kind of a muted version of the show that she's going to end up doing on her own tour? And it was a little bit of a muted version, but we saw her a week and a half ago and it was amazing. She has so much swag. And I feel like I use that word very specifically. No, very heavily. I use it very heavily. Like
no, but yeah, I feel like you use it lightly in life. You're not throwing out the word swag.
Yes. And that is why its presence is very heavy in my vocabulary because I don't often use it.
It's very intentionally used here.
It's very intentionally used. In the same way that I use the word mean, I really am very intentional when I say the word mean. So Ella Mai just oozes swag. And at the same time, she sounds equivalent to her studio recordings in person. Like you would not be able to tell what was radio and what was live.
Dude, those videos, I was like, holy shit.
She sounded, and we were so close in Summerfest. I mean, we spent, I think our tickets were like, with taxes and everything, our tickets were like $70, and we were maybe like 20 rows back, at 15 rows back. Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah.
It was great. Her set at Summerfest a week and a half ago lasted about an hour and 15. She sang a lot of older songs and she sang some newer songs too, but I was kind of shocked. I had thought perhaps that it was going to be a very similar show. And then her tour started 3 days after her Summerfest show. Her very first show on her tour started in Canada 3 days later. So after that first concert, all over TikTok, everybody's announcing the set list. And I realized, I was like, oh wow, the show is significantly different. She sings every single song on the album for her own tour, whereas at the Summerfest show, she only sang like half of them.
She did like the festival set.
She did the festival set, which was great because she has 3 studio albums out now, a couple EPs, a handful of EPs, but it gave me the opportunity to experience a lot of her first album, her sophomore album, which obviously I fell in love with her then. And even at the Summerfest show, she brought up 2 people from the crowd completely unplanned. One was somebody our age, a guy, and he ended up like totally singing Trip. She was like, okay, are you going to be able to sing this? He was like, yeah. So he took over the concert and everybody was like, wow, he's phenomenal. Turns out he's a singer in his life as well. So she chose wisely because it was completely random. And then later she chose a young girl young girl, maybe no older than like 7 or 8 years old. She came up on stage, and I think Ella was expecting her to, she was like, okay, sweetie, like, what song do you want to sing? And she was so shy. This girl was so shy. It wasn't awkward, but it's just, there was so much silence for so long that I think everybody was almost like, is this gonna happen? Is homegirl gonna
Yeah,
have
and
to
like
go
this little girl is on like she's
Yeah.
on stage with Ella Mai.
And she was so shy, and Ella was doing her best to be like, we can sing anything you want, because the guy had come up right before her, and she was like, what do you want to sing? And he was like, I want to sing Boot Up. And Ella was like, we just sang that song. How about a different song? So she made him choose a different song. For the little girl, when she was like, she wasn't speaking, Ella was like, do you want to sing Boot Up? She was so willing to re-sing the song that is her biggest song. And the little girl was like, finally, she goes, no, I want to sing Might Just, which is a song off her newest album. And I think that took everybody by surprise, just because it just came out. But this girl's so tiny, and it's kind of a, I mean, I guess all of the content in her music is quite sophisticated and mature, but nobody was expecting this little 7-year-old girl to be like, yeah, let's sing Might Just, which is kind of like Ella explains it as her one song off the album that's kind of like, don't forget I'm a fucking Scorpio. I'm a lover, but I'm also a
Okay.
Scorpio. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll bite back. The little 7-year-old went word for word on that song, but Ella has also come out and said that that is her favorite song off the album. So I think it took everybody by surprise. Like, Ella was planning on singing that song herself, and she didn't sing any of it. The little girl had the mic the entire time. They didn't like co-sing it. Once the little girl started singing, you could just tell that's going to be a core memory for this girl.
Yeah.
Because like the whole crowd is cheering for her at this point.
What did she get more comfortable once she was singing the song?
Yes and no.
Okay.
She leaned into the song, but she like didn't move. She stood, and it was more like, I might just pick up the roof right now. I'll shut this whole thing down.
That's so cute. That's so fucking cute.
It was really cute. It was really cute. It was very cute. But I could just tell, even Ella, when the girl was like, I want to sing Might Just, Ella was like, did you say you want to sing Might Just? And she's like, yeah. And so Ella turns to her band, and she's like, all right, boys, I guess we're doing Might Just. You could just tell, I think Ella was really looking forward to singing that one herself. So that said, that first experience was amazing. I came home on such a high for Ella Mai, and just, I loved her already, but the live experience for her was incredible. I found out that she was later coming to Chicago. It was her third stop on her tour, and that Chicago show was going to be the very next Friday. So Friday was Summerfest. The next Friday was going to be Chicago's tour show. And 2 days beforehand, I looked at the tickets, and I found tickets that were only about $70 again, with taxes and everything. And I was like, fuck it, I have to go again. It was also
That's so worth it. That's like an
so
easy
worth
yes.
it.
It's like an easy yes.
Especially because I found out at that point it was a different show. It wasn't like I was signing up for the same exact show, though I still might have done that. But
Well, you it was at the Salt Shed, right? Too.
it was at
And
the
you
Salt
haven't
Shed.
been there.
Yeah, I'd not been there, and the show was going to be much longer. And Might Just is also my favorite song off the album. So as much as I loved that experience, I was like, I'd also really like to hear Ella sing it just as much as I think Ella wanted to sing it. So
that is a fucking bummer for some people.
Yeah,
she should have just ran it back, or like done a little bit of it or something.
Yeah,
even though that is a really cute experience, but yeah,
it was. I thought she was gonna run it back, or like not necessarily allow her to sing the whole song and be like, okay, like thank you so much, and then finish it off. So, anyways, I ended up very spontaneously deciding to go to the Chicago show a couple days ago, and that was also an insane experience. Different experience in that people were like fainting left and right in the crowd. It was kind of like a weird vibe, and then she stopped.
That's been like a new thing lately, where it's like, stop the show. And I'm like, how many things are happening in this crowd?
In this
like,
crowd.
Has this always been happening and people just didn't stop before? Or is this a new thing? I don't know.
Right.
Was there a heat wave still?
No, so the thing is, and this was all over TikTok too afterwards, Wale had just been at the Salt Shed 3 days prior, which is when the heat wave was like really in effect. And nobody fainted at Wale. And if anything, I would feel like the energy at Wale may have been even more hype and let's jump and let's like get rowdy. Ella Mai was hype, but not in a rowdy sense. And it also wasn't the heat wave. It was the high that day was 80 degrees. And so she went
Okay.
on by like 8 p.m. It was like 75 degrees. It was perfect. It was perfect weather. But yeah, she had to stop the show with 4 songs left. We ended up getting gypped. I was so bummed because one of my top 3 songs was on the set list, but because of this, we got gypped from a couple songs and she never ended up singing it, which is fine. But it was only 3
Oh, she
songs.
didn't sing it still?
No, the delay took a long time. She was like mid song, stop the show, and then the girl that fainted was right up front, and we were pretty close too. It's all standing room at the Salt Shed, and we got there an hour before the first opener went on, and we were
That's
pretty
pretty
close.
early.
Yeah, I wanted to be close to the stage too because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all,
that's worth it. For...
yeah, like when it's all one level, I'm like, no, if you're that, like, you're not going to see shit. So we got there early. We were very close. I don't know if you could tell from my videos, but
Yeah.
we were closer in the Chicago show than we were at Summerfest.
I was like, I saw both yours and Erica's videos, and I was like, yep, they were right there. Like,
They were right there. It was very cool. Vibes were being passed around throughout the concert. We were just sharing. We made friends with our neighbors.
Hell yeah.
It was a very fun vibe. Her whole stage was different, like, and that makes sense. The Summerfest stage wasn't her own tour stage, but her stage was decked out in all of the themes of the album. And she just sounded just as good. And I now, like, all of my Instagram and TikTok feed is all the continuation of her tour right now, and I'm just like eating it up. She went to Detroit next, and I watched all those. It was a really great concert week as far as just Ella Mai.
I think she's in SF this week.
Oh, she
I saw
is?
it on my
Okay.
Pearl. Yeah.
One thing though is that another justifying reason that I was like, oh yeah, I'll go see her again. It was like, oh, at Summerfest there was no merch. I love a t-shirt, a t-shirt merch from a concert.
You know, I didn't really know that about you.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I mean, you and I we haven't been to a lot of adult concerts together since we were in college or younger. But when we were kids, we went a lot. So like getting merch then was a different experience. But I didn't realize that you like concert merch. I enjoy that you do. So
yeah, every concert I go to, I buy merch. I only didn't for Isaiah because he didn't have any merch. Isaiah Huron, and then for Ella,
that's
at
shocking.
I agree. It was,
that's what artists make a lot. Like most of their money is made on merch. You are directly supporting the artist when you get merch.
Exactly. So I was equally as confused. I'm like, you could be making more money on this tour. And for Summerfest, there was no merch, which did not surprise me. I wasn't even expecting there to be any, but I was for her tour, and there was. And when I say merch, I mean, like, I want the shirt to somehow represent the concert. If it's just some like one, so she had a shirt that just said, "Tell her you love her," but there was nothing about like Ella Mai concert. There was no tour dates. You would never know it had anything to do with Ella Mai if you didn't listen to Ella Mai. So
interesting.
Right. So the only tour shirt there was one tour sweatshirt. The design just looked like it looked like a person with very little creative perspective made it, and I was like, I don't, if it's a sweatshirt too, like I prefer t-shirts because the sweatshirts are going to be like $75 to $100, and I was like, if I'm not going to wear this and I don't like the design as much as I want the merch, I'm not going to be irrational about it. So
you still need to like it too.
Yeah. So I didn't end up getting anything, but it's okay. It was, I got memories and experiences.
That's all that matters. And she'll probably go on tour again, and maybe she'll have gotten some constructive feedback on the merch situation and will improve.
And that's all we can hope.
That's all we can wish for the future.
And now I really want to hear about you and your concert this weekend.
So I went to Hilary Duff this weekend in Mountain View Shoreline Amphitheater, which is, I would say, equivalent in Chicago to, it's the Tinley Park of out here. So outdoor arena. It's like literally on Google's campus and headquarters, which is really interesting. Like to walk to the venue. I'd been there once before for Odessa, but it was in November. So it was really dark by the time the concert happened. And it was multiple years ago, so I didn't remember the actual venue much. But this time it was obviously summer, light out, getting there a little bit early, lawn experience, a lot more chill for Hilary Duff
Hilary Duff.
versus like Odessa type of situation, you know? So
You mean people weren't rolling the whole time?
exactly. Exactly. But walking there, like I was with my friend Ken's, and she had actually interned at Google. She was like, "Oh yeah, I like worked on campus here back in the day." And we were walking through, and they had all the little like bikes. I felt like I was watching the movie The Intern.
I've never seen it.
Oh, with Vince Vaughn and Owen
Mm-hmm.
Wilson.
I've heard of it. I've just never seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, so getting there, I kind of had zero expectations for the show. I had not seen a single video
Oh, you
of
hadn't?
anything beforehand. No. So I was going in blind, and I was really excited about this. And I'm glad I did, because afterwards I saw a bunch of videos from like, I then was on Hilary Duff
Talk.
Reels after that.
Yeah.
Or Talk.
Reels.
And
Sorry, you're a Reels girl now.
I dabble in both.
I know. I know. Wait, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Did you go in purposefully blind, or you just like nothing had come across your feeds?
Nothing had come across my feed,
Okay.
and I was so distracted by other things going on in my life, of the move, of everything else, that this was kind of way back of my mind. Like, oh yeah, this is happening. I forgot to even tell you that I was going.
Yeah. I saw on Pearl that like the day of, you're like, I'm going to Hilary Duff tonight. I was like, what? Like,
yeah, it just completely blinked my mind. So yeah, so I went in blind, and then getting in line there, I was like, oh shit, everyone's dressed up in early 2000s outfits or Lizzie McGuire costumes and things like that across the board. So it was just a really good energy there. The outfits were really fucking funny. It just was so wholesome. Walking into this experience, it was a lot of people that I feel like were late 20s, in their 30s. It felt like a very millennial type experience. Everyone was just there for their inner child.
Yeah.
It felt like that's why people were there. And it was chill, but people were excited. And I don't know how to explain it better than that, but it was just such a good energy there and such a wholesome experience. And everyone was there just for the love of this and their inner child. And Hilary Duff was my first concert ever. So this was a very full circle moment for me personally. And I was really excited. I never thought that I'd see her again.
Right.
On tour like this. I don't think she ever thought she was going to do this again. So then the show started. She had an opener, Leroy. I think it's Leroy.
Is it
It's
the person
Laroux, and I could not tell you how to pronounce the damn thing for the life of me. I don't remember. Really good performer, a lesbian. So Ken's and I were like,
is that the girl that's on Rather Be with the song Rather Be? Like, if you gave me.
Let's look it up.
Because I think so. And if not, then I'm wrong, but I know that name.
No, but she does sing Bulletproof.
Bulletproof. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Okay, yeah. Did she sing that at the concert?
Yes. She was ending it. Like, she had so much swag up there. Like, she had swag.
Yeah.
That was another thing. Because she had released a lot of music in like 2009, and then is just releasing music now and a new album, which is why she's here. But Bulletproof was from 2009. So she ended the set. She was like, guess what I'm playing now? Guess what I'm ending with? And then Hilary Duff came on. She came out with Wake Up. And it was a Saturday night. So
It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what a perfect song to start with, too. Like, wake up. It's a Saturday night.
And she came on that stage for the first time, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot how beautiful she is. And then throughout the show, her personality really came through. I was just admiring her beauty the entire time. Then it was just like her inner world was shining through, and I was like, she's just so beautiful inside and out. So she started with Wake Up, and then did So Yesterday, and then went into her new album.
Okay.
So a lot of it was old music, new album, And there were different pieces where she talked actually a good amount, but in a way that was just very quirky and
Mhm.
not planned. And she just had so much gratitude. They did a montage in the middle of it of like her over the years and some of the Lizzie McGuire stuff and how she became famous essentially, and then did a separate montage like showing the process of her creating this new album and being grateful that she's back in the studio and that whole experience. And she talked about her family, and I don't know, it was a really good show. And then she ended with Come Clean and What Dreams Are Made Of, and that's how she
Okay.
closed it out. And then that was that. She sang like most of her new album, so I was actually
Okay.
shocked at how many new songs she sang throughout. Yeah, it was a good
Do
vibe.
you was it only the 4 or 5 oldies that she sang? Wake Up, So Yesterday, What Dreams Are Made Of?
She also sang Fly,
Okay, I remember that one.
which I didn't know that one as well.
Wait, I thought you used to listen to that one. That's like from her album where it's like a dark background, right?
Yes, I did. I haven't listened to it in so many years that
Okay.
when she sang it, I was like, huh. Oh, Beat of My Heart. To the beat of my heart.
I forgot about that song.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Oh, she
To
didn't
the
do Our
beat of
Lips Are
my
Sealed. Or,
Okay. That one doesn't like super surprise me.
yeah, then she did newer ones that were in there. There was one point where she drank a sip of wine and
Uh-huh.
everyone cheered and she was like, "Why is everyone cheering? Do you still think I'm a child?" Do you still
Yeah.
picture me as a kid? She's like
I
almost
like
40.
that. Yeah, with like a whole family. Yeah. I think she's
Mhm.
got what, like 2 kids? 2 or 3 kids?
4 kids.
4 kids. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I have seen some videos from her tour heavy on the beauty, but not even yes, externally, but also internally.
Mhm.
First and foremost internally and then also externally.
It
But
makes
the
her
way
more beautiful like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
She
Objectively, she
radiance.
just already is beautiful.
Right.
Like, but it does, yeah. It's just like you can feel her aura is just,
Radiant.
yeah.
And bright, very bright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't realize she sang so much of her new album. I never really gave her new album I never sat down and listened to it. I think I skimmed it and I listened to like a couple songs very briefly and I was like, I don't know if this is like totally my vibe today, but did you enjoy the current album parts of the concert?
I
The new
did.
album?
I was in the same boat. I had not given it a proper listen. On Saturday, during the day beforehand, I did listen to it, and I've been listening to her where she re-recorded her songs and did
Mm.
her old songs. I did like it. I did enjoy it. The girls in front of us, word for word on every song of the new album, and I was like, these girls ride for Hilary Duff. I was like, let's fucking go. Let's
Hell
go.
yeah. Hell
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, it was a good experience. And then I've also afterwards, I realized I hadn't been following her on Instagram, so I followed her. And then I really like her husband too. He had posted more of the process of creating that album right after they released it because he's in a band. And so he kind of helped with the creative process. But one thing she did with this album was she got to, obviously, with both the re recording of her songs, doing a very like Taylor Swift kind of inspired that path for her. But now she owns this whole process and she also made all of the decisions, the creative decisions and stuff like that. And it was a big deal. And like her husband kind of talks about when she was younger, she had a lot of people. She was like this young kid. So it was always this feeling that everybody knew better, or she always had
Mhm.
executives or making decisions for her and she didn't trust herself. And this time she got to go through the process as like a fully formed adult and knowing herself and got to like really trust herself, make all the decisions, not have people telling her what to do and do it for her, whether it was successful or not. She didn't really care. And you could feel that gratitude on stage too, where she was just like, I can't believe I'm here and I'm doing this, you know? She felt how special that was.
Did she talk at all? I don't know how old her kids are either, but did she mention anything about whether her kids have any sort of perception of their mom going on a world tour now, never really knowing her as the public image she was?
No, she didn't talk about it there, but I did see some interview afterwards where apparently she did not bring her kids on tour, but she said that specifically in her household, her kids are the stars and they are the world. So she's not going to upend or like uproot their lives and what they're doing. They have so many like different activities. So it's like, mom does this and you can come see this, which might be a little shocking to them, but they are living their normal lives. That's her main focus for the whole.
Yeah.
the thing.
No, yeah, I wasn't expecting her kids went on tour. I was just
Oh,
wondering
yeah.
if I was just wondering if she like said anything about like, oh, my kids who just knew me as their mom because I wasn't in the media the way I am today are like,
Well, she
oh,
still did do younger. Like she was still on TV and acting a little bit.
oh, is Younger a show?
Yes, yeah. It
Oh,
was a show
okay.
she was
Okay,
on.
I don't know about that show. Yeah, I feel like the last thing I know of that she was in was I want to say Gossip Girl.
Yeah, Younger was like she was a main character with Sutton Foster. How many seasons? 7 seasons from
Oh,
2015
I didn't know that.
till 2021. Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I had seen the first season or two. It was on ABC Family.
Okay. Damn. That
Yeah.
sounds like it was a really fun concert. I still would really love to see her, even if I didn't know the new album, to just experience those 5 or 6 songs as an adult in that energetic environment with every other millennial there. We'll see. We'll see if I end up going to Tinley Park. So you were on the lawn part of the amphitheater?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we had some good concerts this weekend.
We sure did.
We sure did. We
Some
sure
good
did.
summer live music. And then I just keep seeing Ariana get deeper and deeper and more comfortable on stage
Mhm. Oh my God.
throughout this tour.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, from the first show to now, Homegirl is in her confidence now. I think Chicago's stop is the first stop after her release of the album on the 31st, I believe.
Okay, so you still have a bit of time before that show.
Yeah, but it'll just be interesting to like see her live once her album's released, in the sense that she's not going to change her set list, I imagine, but I'm just curious if she, I don't know, approaches it in any sort of different way. I think she has Chicago and then perhaps 1 or 2 more cities, and then that is the end of the domestic part of the tour, and then she goes to London. So I'm
Okay.
wondering if it's almost going to be a vibe of, because it's like the longer she has been doing it, the more confident she is, but then you don't want to strike that balance of like, okay, well now they're all tired of it, and now I don't think that's going to be the case. I think she's in the same way Hilary Duff, she's just like very grateful and has a new relationship to performing again. But yeah, I'm just like curious about the dynamic in the timeline of where the Chicago event falls, and if it's going to be like, oh, we're wrapping up the tour, so therefore the energy is very alive, and we're wrapping up the U.S. part of the tour.
Well, it's also going to be right post album release. I feel like that is going to revive the energy, if anything.
Yeah.
I do wonder the fatigue of doing the same show over and over and how that takes a toll.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've watched her documentaries, her previous tour documentaries that she made, and how she would feel towards the end of the tour, and how everybody, the dancers, how they all felt. But I do think this whole production of this show is wildly different than any of her previous shows. And I feel like there's a different sense of presence and gratitude that she's talked about numerous times in interviews, bringing her energy. I don't think she's in a place where the fatigue will override any sort of presence in performing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to get a good show.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when's J. Cole and Kaylani?
Oh, so it's funny, when we were standing, I believe it's Ariana on the 5th, Kaylani on the 7th, J. Cole on the 11th.
Okay. So they're in
Yeah.
August. I didn't know if they were end of
Oh, yeah.
July or okay, so you got a little gap here.
Yeah, but it was funny at the Salt Shed on Friday, before it filled up and before everybody like filled in the gaps and everybody kind of had their own space. Erica had asked me, she was like, "Oh, when is J. Cole?" I can't remember where it is in between Ariana and Kaylani. And like the girl that had been right in front of us went alone to the concert, and she had been standing in front of us for some time now, but not like so close to us that, I mean, I guess she could hear our conversation. So she turned around and she's like, "You're going to Kaylani and Ariana too?" And we were like, "Yeah." And "Are you going?" She's like, "Yeah. What night are you guys going?" So then she was like, "Wait, so you're going to Kaylani, Ariana, we're all here at Ella Mai, and then you're going to J. Cole?" And we were just kind of like vibing. She's like, "We're all going to the same concerts."
She's like, "We have the same lineup this summer."
Yeah. So that was really cool. And I was like, "Oh, are you here alone?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "Typically, I go to Ariana with my dad. For the past, I've always gone with my dad." And I was like, "How many Ariana shows have you been to?" And she's like, "Well, this summer will be my seventh." And I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god." I'm
Let's
like,
go.
you are a fan. And she goes, "Yeah, it was great because my dad, my dad would always buy my ticket for the two of us, and it became kind of a tradition." So this time around, when she announced the tour, I was like, "All right, Dad, are we gonna go?" And she was like, "My dad said no, he was cutting it off. He wasn't gonna pay for my ticket anymore." And she was like, "But
He's like,
I'm
I'm
still
done escorting you to Ariana.
yeah."
I've put in the work.
Yeah. So she was like, "So unfortunately, I had to buy my ticket this time, and I did not win the Ticketmaster war, so I had to buy resale." And I was like, "Yikes."
Big yikes.
Big yikes. And then we found out, we were like, "What section are you sitting in?" And she was like, "I'm sitting in 113." And we're like, "We're in 110." So we're like, I mean, as far as
Did
the
you guys
United
get
Center goes,
like exchange numbers? Like,
no, honestly, no, we should have. But
yeah, what the fuck?
the fact that we're
if
that close,
you guys might run into each other. I
we
feel
might.
like the universe could align that, and you guys might cross paths.
We might.
At
We
some
fucking
point.
might. Because, yeah, the United Center seats like 25,000 people. The fact that we are 2 sections away from each other within the same 100 level is quite crazy. And then going to all the same concerts in the same week is pretty crazy. So,
What was her story? Was she like similar age?
maybe it was hard to tell. She could have even been like a year or two older. Very hard to tell what the story was there, but very passionate about. And then
you didn't get her life story?
Honestly, though, kind of shocking for me.
I know. Like, I'm shocked this didn't spark more discussion.
Yeah, we'd had a couple drinks at this point, so I was just feeling really good, and we were really hyped about just all the alignment and like, oh, same artist. And then we started talking about our favorite albums, and I was like, "What's your favorite Ari album?" And then it's funny, this girl next to her also came alone, and so I saw this other girl that's alone. She's hearing all of us start collabing, and she starts turning around, and I like make eye contact with her, and she's kind of like a little too shy to completely get herself in the conversation, but she was like enjoying our camaraderie. Yeah, I brought her in. I was like, "Are you also going to?" She's like, I am.
Oh, I love this. I love
Yeah.
this. I feel like as someone who has gone to many concerts alone, it's a fun vibe when people interact or share music taste based off of it.
And then like right around you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that had to have been really fun for them to experience.
There's one little small anecdote that I'd like to share as well. So there was a part in the night where my experience just so the girl 2 people away from me fainted. Erica didn't know about any of this. She was on this side of me, and so I was having like kind of a different experience throughout the night. The girl fainted, and this isn't the girl that Ella stopped the show for. Ella didn't see this girl faint, so like this was just kind of like a my section situation. But she just straight up fell back. Knock knock, nobody was home. And it, again, not because of a heat wave. I almost wonder if it was like an OD or something, because
Like
then
drugs or drinking,
or because then her friend caught her kind of in the way that you're caught in trust fall. And I saw this girl, and her eyes, like, even in trust fall, she was dead weight. She didn't move for like 5 minutes, and her eyes were rolled to the back of her head. It was really freaky. And so
it also could be people, I feel like, can get seizures at concerts or things like that could happen.
Yeah. And then her friend was not very supportive, and everybody around didn't really know what to do either, because nobody of authority saw this. And so we're all just kind of like, ugh. And her friend's like, "Bitch, you good?" And we're like, okay, like maybe pipe it down a little bit.
That's not the fucking energy, right?
It's not the vibe she needs right now. And then the other girl fainted, and that stopped the show. And then there was just like a couple other weird experiences that kind of like for a brief part of the end of the show, I just was in a weird space. And so then all of a sudden, this tiny little nugget, she was not standing next to me this whole time, I promise you. She's maybe, Connor, this girl was maybe 4'5", maybe 4'5". Yeah, Connor, she was just short. She was a cute little nugget. I'm realizing now that I don't want it to come off like I'm talking.
I know. I put that together too. Once you went 4 foot, I was like, I know. And then you were like, she's just.
Anyways, she
Okay.
she was 4'10", 4'11",
Okay.
but it just a lot of pizzazz, a lot of energy. You can just tell she was not standing next to me for almost the entirety of the concert. Her and her boyfriend, they are, don't get me wrong, they are diehard Ella Mai fans, but it's possible they also had some like enhancing substances as well
They
because
were probably
they
on
were
drugs.
diehard Ella.
Okay, okay.
And it wasn't
I'm
even
gonna
like
say a little Molly mixed in.
perhaps. And so she comes up out of nowhere and she's so short. I hear this voice. I hear this like loud, like, yeah, Ella Mai. Like she's like, fuck yeah, Ella Mai. And like all of a sudden and I don't see anybody. I see the guy and I'm like, oh. So then I'm like, oh hey, I think as much as her and her boyfriend were going, or the guy she was with, were going word for word for Ella Mai. They were having the time of their lives. It was a level of like obnoxious, but it wasn't annoying until it was. It wasn't annoying because you could just tell they were like really living their best lives. Even everybody else, like she was loud. And I mean, her voice stood out in that crowd. Everybody around us started turning around at one point because she was like talking when songs had ended, when Ella Mai was talking. Her and her boyfriend like created their own little dance circle and they were just like going at it with like the words. And then she was recording. There's no way this bitch saw anything. So she's like down here, but her phone's like up here recording. And my view became very obstructed that was also like a factor. Like my view became very obstructed the second half of the show. Once the whole fainting situation cleared out, everybody like cramped because they had to create room. So then everybody jammed in like sardines. And that was when all of a sudden I couldn't see shit anymore. The guy in front of me was like this close to me and he had a lot
I hate when that ends up
and
happening.
he had a lot of hair. And then, so then at one point,
You're like,
I think, yeah.
Get a little of his hair in your mouth.
So at one point, as into her world with him as she was and as into like Ella Mai, I think homegirl had a level of empathy that even in that setting, I was surprised she was able to pick up on because I was really doing my best to like continue experience. Like I couldn't see, like even the Jumbotrons were in black and white, which I found annoying. I was like, can we put these in color? Because if you can't see the stage, like you're just watching her in black and white the entire time. I had a hard time even seeing the Jumbotron, so I just really couldn't see much. And this girl who can't see at all, so like I for sure have empathy for her. I think she could clock that like my vibes were just like a little off in the moment. And all of a sudden, throughout the concert, I just start feeling the most gentle caress on my lower back. What? She's like this crazy, energetic little nugget. And then all of a sudden, just the most gentle caress on my lower back, like trying to include me in their experience. It was so fucking funny. It truly brightened my moment because I was like, "Oh my god, you were so cute!" And then she kept like trying to sing with me, and she's like singing up at me, caressing my back.
That's okay. I would find personally that would probably annoy me, but I feel like that the energy that she's giving actually sounds really endearing.
It was endearing, it was cute. And then like the whole fainting situation happened and then she got disrespectful because then like everybody was quiet. Ella Mai walked off the stage at a certain point and then this girl next to me is still like holding up her phone like, "Oh, okay, let's go. We're going to get up to the front." Like her sole focus was getting to the front when it was still like the heat of this person is not okay. And then everybody was like, "Girl, like this is not respectful. This is not the time." And that's when she became annoying. But I was like, before that, she was kind of my girl. Like, she just kept gently caressing me. And it wasn't like she held it the whole time. She would go there and then, like, make sure I made eye contact with her and sang with her for a little bit. And then she'd, like, let go. And then she'd come back and just, yeah, like, it was such a random, funny experience. So
Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah,
I did not expect it to go there. I'm a little bit taller and
yeah.
I've had people who are shorter next to me and it kind of bugs the fuck out of me sometimes. I feel like my basketball player mode comes in and I'm like, I'm holding my fucking stance here. Don't try to, like, I feel like some shorter girls will try to like get in front of me or do something, but in a way that affects my space and my experience, and it pisses me the fuck off, and I'm like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
No, no, no. And I hold my stance, because sometimes it'll literally be like, if I lift my elbow, I'm gonna whack her in the face, you know? Type of thing. And I'm like, now I'm stuck here, you know? Like that's happened to me a couple times. I'm like, I literally am gonna hit your head. So,
and like you can't move.
Yeah.
Typically, I'm the same way too. I wide stance at concerts like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always be like, Erica, make your feet wide. Like, do not fucking budge. Do not fucking move. Only because I know at a certain point it will get more crushed, and I would rather get crushed to a normal stance than get crushed to like this, you know? So start big.
Yeah.
Go normal. But yeah, at this point, I kind of like needed this girl's energy in the moment. She kind of was what I needed.
It's cute. That's cute.
It was
until the end of the thing. She was, that's
it was quite funny. So I forgot about that whole chunk. And then even like at the end of the night too, me and Erica were sharing our experiences throughout the night, and she had no idea that was happening next to me either. And I'm like, me and this girl really, really created a bond. And then Erica created a bond with two girls next to her too. And it was just girlhood, man.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that whole experience. I love the vibe that you had with the people around you there.
Yeah, me too. We both had, whether it was wholesome and filled with like the environment and the energy of everybody that grew up on her, or just a great concert, dancing, singing, good vibes, friends. Yeah, we both had good concert experiences.
Yeah. It's like, it's some of those experiences where you're like, oh, my cup feels very full after this. Like, this was an experience I needed to go have. Yeah. Like a live experience that I needed to be immersed in.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any more concerts coming up?
I have nothing. Not a thing. I was supposed to go to do some stuff in August, but I'm moving now. So obviously that's not happening. So I'll just be excited to go to shows in LA now and see what's there. But I've quite literally nothing on the docket at all. Ever again. No concert to ever go to.
She's done. She's done.
No, I need to re-up. I feel like I haven't committed to shows or been invested in that because I know I've been moving and I don't know exactly what things are going to look like, so I haven't wanted to commit. So we'll see.
Okay. Well then, I'm excited because I do feel like you're going to end up going to a show even this summer and when you move. So yeah. So I feel like we'll have another recap. Regardless of if you go to another concert, I'm still going to recap.
We're going to have a big recap from you. We are going to have a huge... we just need to dedicate an entire episode just to those. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool that we both went and saw like major shows in the same weekend and got to just talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was fun. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Should we cheers?
Cheers.
Cheers.